Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you wherever you are in the world. This is Jeff Caceres, also known as NomadFury, and I am the guest host for today's Parley. So this is the second edition of Coinstore Parley. So what we have here right now is, of course, the president of blockchain, of Gala Games. So please welcome Jason Bitbender Brink.
Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate it. Do you want me to call you Jeff or NomadFury?
Oh yeah, either. But it would be
Either
cool
works.
if you call
Okay.
me Nomad.
No, can I call you Nomad? Nomad
Yeah.
Fury is a bit of a mouthful.
It's
Nomad
pretty
it
cool,
is.
actually.
Nomad it is. Awesome. Well, thanks for having me here, man. I appreciate it.
All right, and also, I would like to say hello to all of our live viewers from YouTube and Facebook. So, welcome to our live stream. So, we will be learning more about Gala Games, especially on the upcoming developments that they have. Okay, coming from the president of blockchain himself, Mr. Jason Brink. So, are you ready?
Let's do it, man.
All right. So, first things first. Let's get to know more a bit about you. Like, before Gala, could you share us how you got introduced in the crypto space, and how did you
Sure.
ended up of working with Gala?
Sure. So I've been in blockchain since like 2013. So I've been here for quite a while. I originally got into the blockchain space because I saw it as a way to fix sort of the money distribution issues in developing countries, specifically in reference to foreign aid. So I had worked on putting together a concept known as the aid dollar. I had submitted that for to a competition with the Global Development Network and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Ended up winning an award for that. And basically the idea is using blockchain to fix aid distribution so that it doesn't sort of go to corruption quite as much. The problem is, unfortunately, that working in with NGOs and governments and things like that is really, really appallingly slow, and it was very, very difficult to get traction. And so I saw the concept of play and earn gaming as being something that could potentially really, really enhance this. And I met Eric a few years ago, and we hit it off pretty well, and we're talking about the way that blockchain can be used in gaming. And so, us and a couple other people decided to start this. I didn't join officially until 2020, but I was employee number 8. And we've been going like crazy since then. And I looked in Slack yesterday, and there were 444 people in our Slack. So, we've been growing pretty quickly. And yeah, that's how I got here, how I ended up working with Gala, and we'll see what comes next.
Wow, that's really awesome to hear from you on how did you get started, in your journey in the crypto space and ended up with the Gala. All right. Now, do you have any idea, like, how did this Gala game started, and what is the name behind Gala? Like, what is the meaning of it? Like, do you have any idea about it?
Yeah, of course. Prior to Gala, there was another name that we were looking at using, and basically, though, what it boils down to is Eric Schiermeier, who's our CEO and one of the co-founders of Zynga, was the CTO of MySpace before that. So he's been in tech for a really long time, He wanted to find a way to, fix some of the problems with free-to-play gaming. The free-to-play gaming model is basically heavily advertising dependent, and most of that money doesn't go to, developers. It goes just to, a couple companies that handle all of the ads, right? And he wanted to find a way to sort of fix that, and said, what if instead of paying companies, you paid users to play instead? And so that was kind of the thought that was behind this. Now, Gala, okay, what a gala is, and typically the context in which people hear about a gala is it's a party, like a gala ball or something like that. And it is this big collection of people that all come together. It's a big community to experience something awesome, and so that's where the name came from.
Awesome, that's great for you. For me to hear, where did that name come from? Where it was originated, and how did it get started? So thank you so much for that, Jason. Okay, how is Gala games different from the other games in the space? Because I am a hardcore gamer since I was a kid. I've been playing games in Steam, PlayStation, or so. So could you tell us more about it?
Well, I mean, I would ask a question. Which games in the space are you talking about? Because that's one of the big problems with Web3 gaming, right? There really aren't many games in the space. There's a couple tech demos that are kind of cool. There's a lot of stuff being worked on, but there really isn't any games in the space. And I think that that's one of the things that differentiates us. We've got 28 AAA level games that are in the process of being released. First one gets released October 31st. The first new release is October 31st, and there's a whole schedule of other releases, that stretch out from there. So yeah, I think that one of the things that differentiates us is that we have a really strong focus on games, actually gaming first. And so yeah, that would be the main differentiating point for me personally.
All right, so thank you so much for that, Jason. Now, could you tell us more, about the upcoming Trolls Box and your new DreamWorks partnership?
I can tell you a little bit. It's not my area of the business specifically. So last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that, somebody was giving me a little bit of flack in Discord for not knowing the answer to a question. So I went back to our company's Slack and I pulled the statistics for our Slack and found that there had been 346. I think it was either 246,000 or 346,000. I don't recall which one it was, but it was a lot of messages in the last 30 days. Okay. So with that volume of messages, it's the equivalent of about an 80-page novel, or not 80-page, a 300-page novel every day almost of text. And it's impossible for anyone to read all of that. So I can tell you what I know about it, but it's not my project. And so there are things I might get wrong. So just with that in mind, I'll jump in. As you guys know, we're big fans, and we're of the entertainment space in general, and we're working on pushing into a lot of different areas. And so for us, connecting with DreamWorks for Trolls is something that has a tremendous amount of sentimental value to a lot of us, because a lot of us grew up with Trolls. Those of us who have kids are familiar with the newest incarnation of Trolls, and it's just such a perfect alignment between Trolls and Vox. Absolutely beautiful. So that's the first thing. And so I think that what you're going to see is a lot more leaning into partnerships like that to bring, awesome IP into the space. And I think this is the first. I think it's the first NFT project for DreamWorks, and it's something that I'm super, super happy about, because we're able to do an awesome NFT launch with them. We're doing it in conjunction with Coinbase as well, which is really cool, and we're able to make the entire thing carbon negative, which I think is a really big selling point, especially in the Web2 space, where there's been a tremendous amount of misinformation about the carbon impact of blockchain in general. So it's really good to be able to clear some of that up and do a really good virtuous drop that has a good positive impact.
All right, so at least it's great to hear from you, about the upcoming Trolls Vox and of course the upcoming DreamWorks partnership. Okay, so earlier I did mention to you about Spider Tanks, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I know that it's going to release, but could you share a
mhm.
bit about that because I haven't experienced playing that game yet?
Sure. So Spider Tanks is a 3v3 brawler. It's got a bunch of different game modes though, so there's pretty much something for everybody. And basically, it's pretty simple. You go into a match with your friends and you blow the other guys up. You kill the other ones first. And it's a tremendous amount of fun. It's very fast paced. It's very engaging. It's probably for a fully developed Web3 game, it's the most fun that I've had. There are other games that I think are more my style, but those are not fully released yet. So Spider Tanks is the most fun for me. That is really close to release. So it's very fun though. I highly recommend that everybody check it out.
Yeah, so I will be checking it out later on, after this AMA session is done. So yeah, I'm willing to try out that game by the way for Spider Tanks because I am no stranger when it comes to a multiplayer game. So yeah, it's
You'll
going to
like it.
be
You'll like it a lot.
all right. And also, aside from Spider Tanks, there's what we call Mirandas because
Mhm.
also I am a huge fan of MMORPGs. So what are you looking forward for the Miranda's Tavern games that are coming soon?
Absolutely. I think that those are going to be a lot of fun. I think that they're a great way to get people, into the game world a little bit and provide a little bit of utility for people. I think that it's something that people are really going to enjoy. And the cool thing about it is it's a very simple, easy introduction to the space. So I'm looking forward to people being able to jump in and start playing those because they're simple games that anyone can jump in and learn and play very easily.
Yes, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. I'm excited for Miranda's as well, Jason. All right, now one of the um one of the partners that you have recently was with the rapper known as Snoop Dogg, right? So
Yeah,
um
Snoop, good
yeah,
guy.
so Jason, could you share to us about a memorable story? Like how did you come up with this partnership with them?
I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, Snoop is one of the great innovators in the Web3 space, and that connects so beautifully with what we're doing. That working with Snoop, working with Death Row Records. I don't know if you saw the news today, but Nick Adler, Snoop's manager, joined our advisory board for Gala Music. So we work very, very closely with Snoop and his team. In fact, I was in Singapore for Token 2049, and I'm standing there waiting for a friend of mine to speak, and she had a speaking session, and all of a sudden I turn around and Snoop's son is standing there, and so we're able to talk a little bit and things like that. Um, yeah, Snoop is just a tremendous innovator, and one of the things that absolutely blew my mind. He loves Spider Tanks, and in Spider Tanks there is a Snoop tank that is a little caddy that has giant speakers on top and shoots sound waves. But what was really cool is we went to his studio one day and we sat down and we hung out with him for a bit and we talked about Spider Tanks, got it running on his computer, all of that. And then later that evening, we bumped into some of his team, and they're like, "Okay, look, you got to hear the thing that Snoop made. Come tomorrow." And so we're like, "Okay, we're going to go to Snoop's again tomorrow." So we go to Snoop's tomorrow, and he shows us 3 tracks that he had cut overnight for Spider Tanks. Absolutely epic fire songs that just came out of nowhere. The man is one of the most brilliant, prolific creators I have ever seen. So massive respect for Snoop.
Oh, so it's great for you guys to have this kind of partnership. Well,
Yeah, of
you have
course.
mentioned, yeah, you have mentioned that you went to Token 2049. Is it in Singapore
Yeah,
or not?
Token 2049 was in Singapore. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there too. I was there
You
too.
were okay.
We could have.
I wasn't even supposed to go, but then like I was literally getting ready to. I'd been traveling like so for 2 solid months. I had been
Mhm.
traveling. Okay, um, thousands, tens of thousands of kilometers of travel. Okay,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, no, seriously, my last month was like um Bangkok to Manila, Manila to Bangkok, Bangkok to
Oh
Vancouver,
my.
Vancouver to London,
Wow.
London to Paris, Paris to Seoul, Seoul to Busan, Busan to
My
Seoul,
God.
Seoul to Bangkok, Bangkok to Singapore, Singapore to Bangkok, and then finally Bangkok back to Vancouver. Like that's been the last 30 days of my life. Okay. So I'm jet lagged beyond all
Oh my God.
reason at this point in time. Um, but yeah, so I was, getting ready to go home, and Eric, the CEO, is like, I think you should go to Singapore. You're already there. You should go to Singapore. And I'm like, okay, I'll go to
Oh,
Singapore. And so I went to Singapore, had a blast. I always love going to Singapore. I got together with the community, which is something that I do anytime I go anywhere. We have community events, where we just get together with 20 people or so in a restaurant,
nice.
and we all hang out. So did that, had a blast, super super fun, and yeah, really really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. We could have met there. It took in 2049.
I'm sure we passed each other at some point.
It was really good actually. It's the second Token 2049 that I have attended. The first one was in Hong Kong, and currently in Singapore. It was truly one of the best events that I've ever experienced. Yeah, maybe one day we could cross paths, in some future events. All right. Now, let's look forward to that. Okay.
I mean, I'm
So,
gonna be back in Manila
oh,
in
Manila. Oh,
at the end of November, I think.
oh,
Um,
that's great because we have like Web3 events there in Manila. I think
mhm.
there are like a two or three.
Yeah, there's a Manila Blockchain Week,
It's
Philippines
a Philippine
Blockchain Week, or
blockchain week.
something.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. I'll be there. I think I'm a speaker. I don't know if that's been announced yet, but I'll be there. So if you're there, let me know. We'll hang out. We can do
Yeah,
one of
sure.
these
I'll be
live
there.
together.
Yeah, can't wait to meet you, Jason.
Perfect.
All right. Now, let's go back. Now, Jason, how many games does Gala have coming down the pipeline right now?
Right now, I think the total is 28 games.
Okay, that's 28 games. So there will be more to come.
Of
Nice,
course,
nice. Okay.
of course.
All right. And of course, speaking of these games, especially those that are under development, what's your most exciting game to come out, by the way, Jason? Could you share it to us?
For me, what am
Yep.
I most excited about?
Yeah.
Hmm. I
I
would
think the upcoming one.
say, well, with the Spider Tank's super, super, super fun. But for me, my style of game, I have like two styles of game that I really enjoy playing. And Eric makes fun of me for one of them. I enjoy playing like those really, really lonely base building games where you just like construct things forever all by yourself. And so in that sense, Mirandus seems like something I think I'm really going to enjoy because I can just walk off into some area of the map and have my little village out there and do all of my stuff out there completely by myself, which is fun for me. The other kind is I really enjoy first person shooters. And with that, I'm really, really, really looking forward to Last Expedition. So, Last Expedition, I think, is going to be absolutely killer. The guys that are making it, amazing developers. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Jason, for sharing to us, what some of the games that you are excited about, especially Spider Tanks and of course the FPS. I really love FPS. By the way, I've been playing that from time to time. During my free time after work. Yeah. So I am so curious right now about this what we call the founders notes. I have no idea
Yeah,
about
sure.
this. Jason, could you share to us on what the founders nodes is all about and how does it benefits us as users?
Sure. So essentially, what the founders nodes do is they run the Gala ecosystem as a whole. They support different workloads and in exchange for running these workloads, you get Gala. We originally started selling them, years ago now, and they run a basic workload right now, and they pin IPFS content and things like that for the entire ecosystem. And in the future, they're going to be doing a lot more. And I really look forward to releasing a bunch more news on that. I think we have a Node AMA actually for our community tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun.
All right, so that's great. But let's say if I am interested,
Yeah.
for that opportunity, how would
Mhm.
I get started for that?
Well, you can purchase a Founders Node license off of our website. They're quite pricey now. Um, and but yeah, you just go to the website, buy it, download the software, run it on your computer, and you've got a functioning Founders Node.
Okay, sounds cool. I will be checking it out later on. Okay. Now, I know that one of the games that you have right now is Town Star. I have
Actually,
tried.
hold on. But let me. I'm going to rewind you a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. One of the things that I think that everyone who is listening should take a look at is the spider tanks nodes, the planetary nodes.
Oh, that's it.
Um,
Okay.
so one of the things that's interesting here is that the founders nodes support the ecosystem as a whole, but specific game specific node workloads do things just for that game. And
Okay.
this is relevant because with the launch of spider tanks, your node has the ability to support the lending of tanks to other
Mhm.
users entering the ecosystem. So that could be something that's worth looking into, and they're much more in reach than founders nodes right now. So if you guys are interested, I would recommend checking that out. That would be something pretty cool.
All right. So let's look forward to that, Jason. Okay. So can we talk about Town Star right now?
Yes, we talk about whatever you want. Sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to get that in
Okay.
there.
Okay. So speaking of Town Star, what are you focusing right now in this kind of game?
Sure. So Townstar is our first game that's on the platform, and when we initially launched Townstar Play and Earn, we set it up in such a way that the economy in the long term didn't do what we wanted it to do. So we you know took a step back from it and said, okay, how do we fix this? How do we make this absolutely amazing? And what we did is we brought in Mark Skaggs. Okay, Mark Skaggs is one of the absolute most amazing industry veterans I think that I've ever had the privilege of working with. So you remember Farmville?
Yes, I've played
Yeah,
it before.
Farmville was him. So he was the original creator of Farmville. He was also one of the guys behind
Oh,
Command and Conquer, Red Alert. The
oh, nice.
guy's epic, absolutely epic. And so what he did is he's come in. We've completely re-architected the game. We're rebuilding it on a completely new engine. We've currently paused the concept of earning in game so that we can build out this much more robust, much better ecosystem. But as I watch this get built, I am so excited to see how it's going to go because there are a lot of people who get a little bit salty. I just banned someone from our Discord today who was like, "Well, it's never going to come back,"
Oh, okay.
and so it's kind of funny because it is coming back and it's going to be epic. It's going to be absolutely epic.
All right, so let's look forward to that regarding the Town Star, and of course, about the Superior. So, Jason, could you share, any
Yeah.
leaks on what is coming to Superior?
For Superior is I'm also super excited about Superior. Those of you who don't know Superior, it is a roguelite shooter, super fun. It's got a really unique art style, super comic book feeling to me. It's a little bit reminiscent to me. Okay, I could be wrong here, but it is a little bit reminiscent of the of Borderlands in terms of style, without the sort of the harsh borders. Borderlands had like a really hard line feel to it. This doesn't have that, but it has that same sort of comic booky feel to it. But yeah, super fun. I don't want to give out any alpha. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I'm not cleared to release information there on that yet. But it's moving forward very quickly. We just did a play test over the last couple weeks in conjunction with Alienware. So if you were an Alienware subscriber, you could get a key and go download it from Epic Games and play it. And had quite a few people who jumped in and played. People loved it. Community got super involved. And yeah, just overall wonderful game.
All right then. So wow. At least you've shared to us, any possible what is coming to Superior. It's one of the games right now that is currently under development in Gala.
Yeah.
And speaking about that, what are you most excited about the future development of the Gala's ecosystem?
So there's a few things here. One of the things that I'm very excited about is that with the launch of Spider Tanks comes the launch of Geary. And Geary, which is not the name that it's going to be called in the end, is our L1. Okay, so it's our blockchain that sort of supports all of this. We haven't released a lot of public information about this yet, but there is a massive amount of pretty cool stuff that is going to be coming with that. And I think that, earlier today, Bucks made a post in Gala Gold, and it was showing a little bit of what is coming in terms of our work across entertainment as a whole. And one of the things that there was a little bit of chatter in the Gala Gold channel about this. And one of the things that was very interesting is that people in the Gold channel were saying things like, "Oh, it seems so much bigger, and every time I imagine, bigger, then something even bigger happens and comes out, with Gala." And that's especially when it comes to our L1 and the work that we're doing with chain and nodes and things like that. The bigger you think, like it's bigger than pretty much anyone imagines at this point in time, and I can't wait for that full plan to be fully revealed.
Wow, that's going to be really amazing. For
It's gonna
the
be cool.
future. For the future of the ecosystem of Gala. So thank you so much for that, Jason.
No problem.
Yeah, I have seen right here recently in one of your pages, about the Gala Blue Realm. So could you
Yeah,
elaborate more about it, Jason?
sure. So the Gala Blue Realm. Okay, so we've done some work with 888 in the past, and basically what the Gala Blue Realm is the 888 Inner Circle. They released a bunch of different realms. Okay, so there was the Blue Realm, which was Gala. There was the Pink Realm, which was Paris Hilton. There's the Gray Realm, I believe, which was Flare. A whole bunch of different realms. And so we released that, and as Guardians of the Blue Realm, we made a commitment basically to create an experience for the people who were the holders of this token. It wasn't our token; we didn't sell the token, but we felt that it was we felt that it would be good to basically create something for the Blue Realm holders. And so this is what we're starting to do in our Discord, where we have a specific Blue Realm Discord channel where if you hold that NFT and you've linked your Discord in our account, you will be able to gain access to that channel. And it's it's going to be cool to watch as that evolves. We're going to be doing some audio AMAs in there with some dev teams and things like that. Some Blue Realm exclusive stuff. Most of our community action is still going to happen in gold, but there is going to be a few things for Blue Realm that are going to be pretty solid.
All right, so at least you explained to us a bit about the Gala Blue Realm, especially on how it really works. So thank you so much for that, Jason. Now, my next question for you.
You know what? Hold on. Wait. You've been
sure.
like rapid fire questions for the last 30 minutes. So what I want to do is I want to turn it around and I want to ask you some questions. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, God. Oh no, he's asking me questions. What do you find most interesting about Gala?
For me as a gamer,
Yeah.
well, it's all about those games, the Town Star, and of course, the spider tanks, in which I have seen that and I've seen that gameplay, about spider tanks, but I haven't tried it game yet.
You need to try it, and a lot of us jump in there as well. So if you go in there, you may run into some of the dev team or me or Robotron or Eric. Sometimes we're in there on occasion as well. So
Okay.
Snoop, you even run into Snoop from time to time.
Okay.
And you can always tell it's him because he has his unique tank.
Okay, and of course, since it's about spider tanks, do I need to have an NFT for me to start the game, or no need for
once the game actually goes live, you don't necessarily have to have an NFT, but somebody has to have an NFT. Okay. So you'll be able to jump in and use NFTs that other people have essentially deployed as tanks for people to jump in and use. The cool thing about that is you'll get the ability to have all sorts of different, random little, however other people set up their tanks. So you'll get to try a little bit of everything. It'll be fun though. Having an NFT is always better though. And you can get Spider Tanks NFTs directly from our store at app.gala.games.
All right. So, speaking of NFTs, by the way, how many NFTs are needed to play the game? Is it only at least one, right? At least one.
I think you need to have a tank body and a tank weapon. If you have a tank body and weapon, well, there are some tanks that are like both combined. So, like if you have a lava tank or a scorpion tank or any of we call them hero tanks. Any of the hero tanks, you have both. You also have the ability to purchase some of these things separately if you want.
Okay, cool. So I will be checking out the store, in the Gala store, to see if I could have some of these before I could play. Oh, by the way, I just came across, about this what we call the Champions Arena. Yeah. So it is a turn-based RPG. Is it the same concept like Axie or any other ones?
No, of course not. So basically we make real games, man. Okay. That's what we do. These are real games. The Champions Arena team, absolutely fantastic, epic team, and what they've created is very, very, very cool. It is nothing like Axie. It's not something that you could play 50 of them up all at once on a gigantic piece of plywood with a bunch of cell phones on it.
Oh, okay, see, because it's a
real game. Yeah. It's a real game. You actually have to play.
Okay, so when is the timeline for the Champions Arena to go live, or is it like
I do not know that specific timeline?
Okay. Because I really want to try it as well, like, for an early access. Yeah.
Well, then the best way, if you want to join and you want to get early access to our games, the best way to do that, the absolute best way to do that is to join our Discord, at galagames.chat. okay, and become a member of Gala Gold. Okay.
Gala Gold. Okay.
Now, Gala Gold, I think it's like $50 or something like that. You get a couple NFTs with it. It's a really solid opportunity. But the coolest thing about it is basically the fact that you get to hang out with devs, with executives such
Oh,
as
nice.
Eric and myself and Bucks. We're in Gold all the time, and there are people probably
Awesome.
listening right now in Gold. Hold on, I'm going to open up the Gala Gold chat. Any of you guys listening? Let's see if anyone says anything.
Yeah, just want to say hello to them. Hello.
There we go. Got some people saying hi. Awesome. People are listening. Good.
Oh, nice.
So shout out to my goldies there. You guys are amazing. But yeah, that's the best way to get involved in things and to get alpha and to get connected with the community, because we're hanging out pretty much constantly. And the Zorro Gala is typing. I'm sending the Zorro Gala a hat. He should have that soon, I hope.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, by the way, I have a question in mind right now. I think it is
Sure.
I think this is one of the most important questions, for you guys, because could you share some of the achievements that Gala Games, have, like, from the beginning until now? Could you share at least a few?
A few achievements
Achievements. Yeah,
I mean,
any of any kind.
Okay, there's a few things that I'm super proud of. I mean, the first is that I am, of all of the stuff that we've done some really cool stuff with games. We've got amazing games that are getting ready to come out. We've got amazing partnerships. We've got amazing all of these things with Snoop and the Music Advisory Board and the people who are building the games on the back end of all of this, absolutely incredible. I'm super proud of the fact that we've grown from a company of like this many people in a Zoom meeting to, over 400 people, and we're constantly building and constantly delivering. And yeah, sometimes stuff takes longer than we want it to, but that's development for you. I'm proud of all of that. But I think the thing that I'm most proud of is how we have connected with and engaged with the community as a whole. We have the best community in the blockchain space, in the Web3 space, bar none. We have tens of thousands, I think we have 160,000 people or something like that right now in our Discord. Like 40,000 members have joined Gala Gold at one point in time or another. This is the best community, and that is what I'm the most proud of, because at the end of the day, that's what Web3 is about. Web3, isn't just about making blockchain stuff. Web3 isn't about crypto. It's not about, moon Lambos. It's not about any of that shit. It's about building amazing communities and giving ownership of things to the people. And that's what I'm the most proud of.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, about the Web3. Web3 is the future. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, indeed. So, yeah, thank you so much, Jason, for sharing to us about the past and recent achievements that you guys have. And of course, aside from the achievements, I know you guys are having some challenges as well. So, Jason, could you share to us, what are some of the challenges that you guys have faced from the past until now, and how you guys cope up with that?
I think the biggest challenge that we have, this is going to sound weird, but the biggest challenge that we have right now is like growing too fast. We've grown to the point where organizational structure is sometimes an issue, because there's so many people doing so many different things, and it's so difficult. It's so difficult to manage that structure and that growth. So that's one thing that I think is a challenge. Other challenges, I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, the bear market blues, obviously, those impact everybody to a certain extent, but we don't have some of the same problems that other people do in that regard. We don't have a bunch of VCs breathing down our necks. We don't have any of that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty pleased with where we're positioned right now.
Awesome! Wow. At least have you overcome those challenges? And speaking of the bear
It's
market,
working
then
on it.
yeah. Speaking of the bear market, because most of us in this space have seen bear market like they're having some negative thoughts about it, but
Sure.
others would have seen it as an opportunity. But how would you guys see it, by the way, on
It's a
this
massive
situation?
opportunity. It's a massive opportunity. I mean, the thing is I think that everybody who's been in the space for a long time. I mean, I've seen, I don't know, four of these, five of these, maybe, depending on how you want to count. And I think that anyone can look at the market of like a year ago, maybe, and can see how pretty overheated that market was. Okay, things were pretty hot. And anytime you have a highly overheated market like that, there is going to be a retrace. There's always going to be a retrace. So that's very, very, very normal. But the key here is that when this happens, okay, when things go quiet, I mean, OpenSea is down like 97% in trading
Okay.
volume, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
With
saw that.
OpenSea being down 97% in trading volume, okay, what that means is this is an opportunity to build. This is an opportunity to create. Okay, when you don't have all of that traffic, this is the opportunity to get your house in order, to get things pushed out and published. And that's what we're doing. So I see it as a massive opportunity.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because to be honest, I also see it as opportunity, not just to buy cheap, but of course I agree with you about, when things go quiet, I think it's also a great opportunity to you know trying to position ourselves before we could see the market go back up again. So yeah, that's
Right.
what I have seen recently, but for most of the community here, they are just being prone and being too emotional, like they cannot
Mhm.
recover what they have invested, whether if it's crypto or NFTs or even GameFi. Yeah,
Right.
that's what we have seen recently. It's all about trying to understand, the on how the market situation, because both the bear and the bull market both have benefits. We just have to see it as an opportunity, either for both
Yeah,
sides. Yes.
absolutely. The
Okay.
reality is there's always opportunities, man. Always, always. The opportunities are in the yeah the opportunities are in the eyes of the people who are watching. So
All right. All right. Okay. So I'm going to have a final question for you,
okay,
Jason.
hit me.
Um, so it's also one of the most interesting ones, by the way. How do you see Gala Games in 2023 and maybe in a few years from now?
Okay, so for me, Gala in 2023, there's a lot coming here. Okay, there's a lot coming. And in fact, over the next 2-3 months, you're just going to see a steady beat of all kinds of announcements coming out and all kinds of additional information about stuff. So that's going to be super, super interesting for people. 2023, I think you're going to see a year of massive growth in terms of adoption. We're working so hard to reduce the barrier of entry, um, you know, to make it so that people who are in Web 2, who are normal everyday gamers that have nothing to do with Web 3, can jump in and play our games and learn that experience. That is one of our, it's pretty much my core focus is making that happen. So I think that this is a fantastic opportunity, and I think that you're going to see lots more of that in the future.
Wow, this is going to be an exciting future for you guys, in 2023 and a few years from now for our Gala games. So, yeah, let's look forward to that. So, before we wrap this up, Jason, do you have any parting words for our viewers right here?
Sure. I mean, the first thing is I would invite everyone to come in and join our Discord at galagames.chat. If you also, by the way, if you go to Twitter, okay, specifically to @GoGalaGames or @Bitbender Brink, you will see a contest that is going right now for 5 spider tanks. So go ahead, hit that contest, join the Discord. There's a bunch of different ways that you can enter, doing stuff on Twitter and things like that. So hit it, do that. And if you do, maybe you can be one of those ones that takes away a full-on hero tank. They're scorpion tanks, which are absolutely awesome. So go check that out. Make sure that you follow us on all the places. And yeah, that's it.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest for the second edition of Coinstore Parley. So we have Jason Bitbender Brink from Gala Games. He is the president of blockchain. So once again, Jason, thank you so much for your time here with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you in Discord.
All right, and also I would like to thank all of our viewers right now who are tuning in to our fireside chat with Jason Brink, the president of blockchain of Gala Games. So if you want to learn more about Gala Games, so you just have to head over to their Discord. And also, also inviting you guys to check out, Coinstore as well. So I would like to thank Coinstore for having me here as the host for this Coinstore Parley. So guys, thank you so much. Okay, so right now, I think this is the we're at the end right now. So guys, thank you so much once again. So this is Jeff, NomadFury, Caceres. So guys, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Peace out.